If content like this helps you understand yourself better, please support our new channel, Brain Dots. Subscribe, like this video, comment your thoughts, and share it with someone who needs it. Your support truly means more than you know. Now let's talk about anger. 1. Anger is not the problem, it's a signal. One of the biggest lies we're told is that anger is something bad, toxic, or dangerous. But anger itself is not the problem. Anger is a signal. It shows up when a boundary has been crossed, when something feels unfair, or when pain has nowhere else to go. Many people were taught to suppress anger, not understand it. When anger is ignored, it doesn't disappear, it hides, then leaks out in ways we don't recognize. Explosive reactions, passive aggression, and sudden emotional shutdown. Anger is often the body saying, something is wrong, and you're not listening. 2. Anger is often a secondary emotion. Here's a fact that explains a lot: anger is rarely the first emotion. Under anger, there is usually hurt, fear, shame, rejection, or powerlessness. Anger is what we feel when those emotions feel too vulnerable to express. For example, rejection hurts but anger feels stronger. Fear feels weak, but anger feels protective. So anger steps in as a shield. This is why people sometimes feel angry even when they don't understand why. The real emotion is buried underneath, unacknowledged. 3. Suppressed anger turns into anxiety and depression. Many people believe that anger is the opposite of sadness. In reality, unexpressed anger often becomes depression. When you learn that expressing anger is unsafe, unacceptable, or pointless, the anger turns inward. Instead of saying, "That hurt me," you say, "Something is wrong with me." Over time, this leads to chronic anxiety, low self-worth, emotional numbness, and sudden emotional breakdowns. Your body remembers what your mind tries to forget. 4. Anger is closely linked to control. Anger often flares up when we feel out of control. When life feels unpredictable, unfair, or overwhelming, anger creates an illusion of control. It gives energy, direction, and a feel power, even if only for a moment. This is why anger spikes during stress, burnout, financial pressure, and relationship conflicts. The anger isn't about the small trigger, it's about accumulated helplessness. 5. The brain treats anger as a threat response. Neurologically, anger activates the same survival systems as fear. When you're angry, your amygdala fires, rational thinking decreases, and your body prepares to fight. That's why it's hard to think clearly when angry. The brain is not designed for logic during perceived threat. This explains why people say things they regret during anger. It's not a character flaw, it's biology. Understanding this doesn't excuse harm, but it explains why anger feels overwhelming. If this is making sense so far, please consider supporting Brain Dots. Subscribe, like this video, comment your experience, and share it with someone who struggles with anger. Your support keeps this channel alive. 6. Anger is often learned, not inherited. Many anger patterns are learned in childhood. If you grew up in an environment where anger was explosive, anger was punished, anger was ignored, then your nervous system adapted. Some people learn to explode, others learn to shut down, both are survival strategies. You didn't choose your anger response, your body learned it to stay safe. 7. Chronic anger exhausts the body. Anger is physically demanding. Constant anger keeps stress hormones elevated, which over time can lead to headaches, digestive issues, sleep problems, high blood pressure, and weakened immune response. Your body was never meant to stay in fight mode permanently. This is why people who say, "I'm angry all the time," often feel constantly tired. Their system is burned out. 8. Anger can become part of identity. Some people don't just feel angry, they become angry. When anger goes unresolved for years, it can turn into bitterness or resentment. At that point, anger stops being an emotion and becomes a personality mask. This happens when pain is never acknowledged, validated, or processed. The anger stays because it's the only part of the pain that feels visible. 9. calm anger is more dangerous than loud anger. Explosive anger gets attention. Silent anger goes unnoticed. Calm anger, the kind that's cold, detached, and quiet, often indicates emotional withdrawal. It's not healing, it's shutdown. When anger turns numb, relationships break quietly. This is often the final stage before emotional disconnection. 10. Anger is trying to protect you. At its core, anger is protective. It shows you where your boundaries are, what matters to you, and what you've tolerated for too long. The goal is not to eliminate anger, but to listen without letting it control you. When anger is understood, it softens. If this video helped you see anger differently, please support Brain Dots. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment your thoughts, and share it with someone who needs it. Every small action helps us grow and keep creating content like this. Thank you for being here. And remember, anger isn't the enemy, it's unheard pain.